Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here today with us. Today we have a special guest. He's Merv Neal. He came from Australia. Welcome, Merv. Thank you for being here with us today. So he's master trainer from Australia. Tell us something more about you. How did you arrive to laughter yoga, and when did you start? So introduce yourself, because we are very interested.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to come and have a chat with you. This is the first thing I think first time I've met you. So the wonderful thing about COVID is we can all meet up internationally all of a sudden. So that's a good thing. I got involved in laughter yoga in 2003. 4th of July 2002, I got very, very sick. I was working hard. I was drinking lots and just doing all of the wrong things, not looking after myself as a businessman. And I got rushed to hospital, and they diagnosed me with a series of illnesses. Essentially, my bone marrow had stopped producing blood, which in turn killed my immune system. So I was very, very sick, and the doctor said there's nothing we can do. Now, I started to laugh, and they said, "Why are you laughing?" And I said, "I don't know. I think the whole thing's funny because I've worked hard all of my life to be successful, and now there's nothing you can do." I said, "What's going to happen?" They said, "There's nothing we can do. Go home and get everything in order because you're probably not going to be around too long." So that was interesting. What happened then 2 years ago, I was invited onto a TV show here in Australia called Medicine or Myth. And there was a panel of health professionals wanting to interview people like myself who'd been very, very sick and then had miraculous recoveries using non-conventional medicine. And one of them was a brain surgeon here, Dr. Charlie Teo, and he diagnosed me as having strokes, mini strokes in my brain. And when people have mini strokes into their brain, they can experience a thing called pathological laughter. So this is when the bleeding goes into the brain and people just start to laugh. So he suggested that that's what happened. Doesn't matter what caused it. The fact is, the more I laughed, the better I felt, and the better I felt, the more I laughed. So I was a very serious businessman, and I never used to laugh at all because business is really quite serious.
Unfortunately.
Well, this laughter was very, very new to me. If anybody would like to find out more about that story, if they go onto YouTube and look up The Laughing Man, there's an 11.5-minute documentary there that some film producers made of my life up until that time, and it gives a lot more details, but that's how I got into it. Anyway, once I was cured, and it took about 7 months of laughing, I determined that I needed to find out more about laughter, the power of laughter, the healing powers of laughter, why we get sick. And then I wanted to go out and tell other people my story. And that's when I met Dr. Madan Kataria. And he was an interesting person. And once I met him, I'm going, wow, you are on this journey as well about bringing laughter to as many people as possible. So he and I became very, very good friends, and we are still today, some 17, 18 years later. And he introduced me to laughter yoga. Now, the thing that I enjoyed so much about laughter yoga is it's a combination of laughing, clapping, breathing, laughing, clapping, breathing, laughing, clapping, breathing. And even though you just simulate the laughter, then you start to really laugh. Because if someone had come up to me as a serious businessman or sick in hospital and said, just laugh, I couldn't laugh. Whereas the laughter yoga process enables people to laugh even if they don't feel like it. So I declared then that I was going to devote my life to laughter and laughter yoga. So I am the CEO of Laughter Yoga Australia. I'm wearing our badge whereas over here it's the wrong
Yes,
side.
yes. Okay.
And here in Australia, we have a very, very tight group of people who is bringing laughter yoga to the masses. One of the interesting things that I found, though, pardon me, was that people weren't taking laughter seriously, and they weren't taking me seriously. I had a good story, but I didn't have any evidence. So I knew then that I needed research. So I decided to do a research study. And the first research study that I did was with people in business. I wanted to go into business and tell people, look after yourselves, otherwise you could get sick like me, and then show them the power of laughter in managing their stress levels and building resilience and being more creative and all this sort of stuff. So that was the first research study that we did. Then I got contacted by another professor in another university, and he wanted me to do another research study, this time with people undergoing kidney dialysis. Now, I don't know if anybody knows too much about kidney dialysis, pardon me, but that's when you've got to be hooked up to a machine, the blood's taken out, it gets clean, it gets put back in, and that happens 5 hours every day. The people get very, very sick. They're usually sick due to diabetes, etc. And Professor Paul Bennett said to me, can you make them laugh? And I said, boy, if I can make them laugh, I can make anybody laugh. And we had the most wonderful time. And what was interesting was that research study proved medically that laughter can increase low blood pressure. Now, we've always known that it could decrease high blood pressure, but for the first time ever, we proved that it could increase low blood pressure, and it was published in a medical journal. So as a result of that, I became a medically published author, and I get invitations everywhere to come and speak at conferences about that particular.
Very good.
And then the third research study, which was the last one, was with people with chronic pain. So these are people who can't get out of chairs and can't walk, etc. And the doctor then said to me, he was a psychiatrist, said, can you get these people laughing? I said, yes, we can. And what was interesting, every time we did a research study, we found out something brand new about laughter and the power of laughter. So I've devoted my life to doing more research. We have another research study underway at the moment, and workshops, training. So anything involving laughter, I'm out there spreading the word. That's my story.
Okay, amazing. I didn't know that. It's an incredible story, and it's very, very interesting that laughter yoga is very quick. It's very, in 6 months, 7 months, you feel already cured, already better. It's very, it's like, okay, let's train our laughter, and then we get results in a very fast way. 6 months, it's amazing.
Yeah, all other research that's been done with laughter has been induced by comedy or jokes or watching funny movies. And when we do that, we'll see something funny and we'll go, ha, 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 ha. And that's it. And then maybe a minute later, we'll go, ha, 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 ha. With laughter yoga, we're laughing all the time. So I've worked out, because I've studied all of this immensely, that in 1.5 hour laughter session, it's the equivalent to a 2.5 hour comedy festival or a 2.5 hour funny movie. So it's like laughing for 2.5 hours, but in half an hour. And that intensity of laughter changes our body, mind, and physiology, as you said, immediately and in a very, very profound way that comedy and jokes can't do. Now, yes. I am comedy and jokes. I love it.
Yeah, me too. We understand. Everybody who is watching understand you perfectly, because we are absolutely involved with laughter yoga in Portugal. We have many people involved. Thank you, everybody who is coming to see our live today. It's a very, very interesting live with Merv. And what is the thing, Merv, you really, really, really enjoy when you are doing laughter yoga?
You've already mentioned it. It's the instant impact that it has on people. So when I'm doing a laughter session, and I do it with many, many groups, as you do, I'm sure, and many other laughter yoga people, but I know that when I walk into a group, I'm going to instantly have them feeling better at the end than when they start. Instantly.
Okay.
That happens in half an hour. So it's not as if I have to work really hard over a long period of time. So it's that instant positivity that they get from just one session. Now, if we do more and more and more and more, that's fantastic. But the ability to transform someone's life, absolutely transform someone's life in that point of time is amazing. Now, we're going through COVID at the moment.
Yeah.
And we had our lockdown last year, and you're having it now in Portugal. So we've
last year too.
There's nothing fun about this. So the ability, even in a pandemic, to get a group of people and just say you will feel better at the end of this in a pandemic is very powerful medicine. Very powerful medicine.
Very powerful. And it's even powerful online.
Yes. As I said, we went into
it's
lockdown.
A surprise. I don't know if it's a surprise for you, but for me, it was a really, really surprise, positive surprise.
Yeah.
Because I tell my students and the people when I talk that we are only directors, because the really work is laughter. What is doing the work? Laughter itself. we guided, the persons,
Yep.
but it's the laughter who is doing the job. So it's perfect. It works in presential and it works online. So it's fantastic. We can be, you are in Australia in this moment. Thank you very much because there is very early. Thank you very much. And we are here in Portugal, having the pleasure to know you better. It's fantastic. Very good. Yeah. Tell me if you want to share something more with us, of if we do our laughter yoga exercises.
Yeah, I'll just share one thing with you. And
yes,
it's sometimes overlooked when we're doing a laughter session because we get into such joy and we're having so much fun that we just keep laughing. But a laugh begins with a smile and a breath. And too often we go, ha, 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 and we run out of breath. It's really important to breathe in first and then laugh it out. And if you smile and open this as wide as you can, the laughter has to come from deep down here, which is where all of the good laughter comes from. So I invite everyone, when they're doing their laughter exercises, to smile and breathe in first. Just take that little time to get the oxygen in and then really be able to laugh it out. Now, you don't have to laugh it out loud. It's just that it comes from a very, very deep place. So I've got 2 laughter exercises that I do.
Let's do that.
And we're living in COVID times, and so many of us have to work from home. I've been working from home since 2003 for 17 years, so this is not new to me. But what's interesting and very, very annoying is you sometimes get distracted because you're looking at yourself all the time and you're judging yourself, whereas when you're face-to-face with other people, you can't see yourself, so your focus is on other people. And I've noticed something really, really annoying about myself. And you can see it. It's this light on the top of my head. Right? See that light on the top of my head? There's a light up here. If I was to turn the light off, it's early in the morning here in Australia. It's dark outside, so I need the light on. But I've got this light on the top of my head, and it's so annoying. So I try to rub it off. So everybody smile and breathe in. And see if you can rub off anything that's wrong with your face or head or whatever, and just laugh as you do it. So I'm quite old now, and the older you get, sometimes you don't like the fact that you're getting older. So the ability to look at yourself on Zoom or in the mirror and just laugh is very, very
yes.
That's the first laughter that anybody can do anytime, anywhere, if they're on a Zoom call or if they wake up first thing in the morning and just go and look at yourself in the mirror and go, there's that light there, there's that wrinkle, there's that light, and just give it a little bit of a rub and laugh. The other thing that people have found very, very annoying is working from home, because we're in this box. Has anyone noticed this box that we're in now, this Zoom box? And it can become very restrictive. So I like to try and make it as big as I possibly can. So put your hands on the side of your box and try and make it a little bit bigger. All right. So smile and breathe in and see if you can push it out a bit and go, I'll try the other side.
So creative.
The point with those two laughs, don't get upset about how you look and don't get upset about your environment. We need to laugh in spite of these things, and we have the COVID virus, so we're not laughing at it. There's nothing funny about it, but we need to laugh in spite of it. So I'm going to leave you with my favourite coronavirus laughter. Is that okay? Have we got time for one more?
Yes, of course we have. Of course, yes.
Nice. We have the vaccine coming, and there's so much hope and faith being put on the vaccine. So you've received your vaccine. So get your needle, and smile and breathe in, and get it ready. Except it's full of laughter. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Yay! Thank you very much, Merv. It was an honor to know you better. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. Next week, we will have a Portuguese doctor. He's a special doctor for us. So at 7 p.m., we will meet you here all together to laugh. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Merv. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Have a good night, everybody.